Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing the Back to the Future book tag. So essentially this book tag is all about going back to the past, I guess. There's a whole bunch of different questions in here, and each question relates to a movie, a book, and a TV show. And I thought this would be kind of fun to do because most of the time you're here just hearing me talk about books, but I'll give you a little bit more of like the other entertainment factors in my life, which are books and TV, and I can tell you which ones of those I like as well. So the first one is to name a book, movie, and TV show that makes you want to go back to when you were young and experience it all over again. So for the movie, I'll start with that. This might be like a weird answer, but I wish I could experience watching The Fox and the Hound again because this was like one of my favorite movies when I was growing up, which is kind of an odd movie to be your favorite. I think I mainly liked it because it was like a friendship between a fox and a dog, but it was just, I don't know. It's actually like a really hard hitting movie if you think about it, but it also shows like the true power of friendship, no matter who you are. And it was just, it was such a heartwarming movie. It also made me very sad as a child too. So yeah, but I think being able to watch that over again for the first time would just be amazing. As for book, that's a really hard one because there are a lot of books that I would love to reread for the first time. So I'm going to name a few. I would say The Hunger Games, the Divergent series, the Illuminae Files, the Red Rising series. I'll stop it at that. Like, there's a lot that I would love to just experience for the first time again. Although, in this sense, it did say when you were younger, so I don't know. I mean, I was definitely younger when I read all of these books, so guess that counts. And then TV show that I wish I could watch over again. That's a tough one because I watch a lot of TV. This might be another weird answer, but I feel like the show, which I technically could watch it again if I wanted to because it's on Netflix, but I'm going to say Lost because this was a show that my mom and I watched together when I was in high school, and it was just kind of like a really nice like bonding evening for us because we'd watch the show together and like theorize about the different things that are happening in the show and what's going on and trying to figure it out. So yeah, I think it'd be really fun to just go back and watch that again. Then we have what's your favorite sci-fi and or fantasy book, movie, and TV show. So for this one, my favorite movie that's sci-fi is the Alien movie. I adore this whole series. I think it's a quadrilogy and I adore it. I have them all on DVD, and when Marcus and I first started dating, we watched the whole series together. It's just like, oh, it's so good. It's such a good series, and I'll tell like everybody to watch it. And it's also very much like classic space horror, which is also cool because I had not experienced that until I watched this movie with my friend Neil. Thank you, Neil, for introducing me to the series. And it was just awesome. From there, I was like so excited about space horror movies. Then I like continued looking for more. If you haven't seen one, it's called Event Horizon. That one is pretty messed up as well. I rewatched it recently. It's not as scary as it was the first time around when I watched it, which was in high school. And one of my teachers had recommended this, but it's still a pretty creepy movie. So definitely check it out if you get the chance. As for TV show, ooh, there's a lot of really good TV shows out there and a lot of good like fantasy sci-fi TV shows. That's tough. There's so many. Oh, I don't even know what I would choose. Probably something space related. What's this space show I liked? Oh, Firefly. Firefly was awesome. And I'm really sad that it only lasted one season. So yeah, that would be really cool if we could get more of that because it's Firefly. Come on now. And then for book, I would probably say The Martian because I just had such a fun time with that book. And it was like, I had no real like big expectations going into it. And then I read it and it was awesome. I had such a fun time. It was so humorous. I was like, I found myself laughing a lot while reading that book. And it was just a really fun time. So yeah, although like The Martian technically isn't my favorite. My favorite is Red Rising, but I did already mention that for another one, so that's why I'm choosing Martian for this one. Then we have, what's a fictional store or cafe that you would like to visit in a book, movie, or show? Okay, that's kind of difficult. For show, I would choose the this is like, I don't even know what it's called. I can't remember, but the like cafe in the town of Smallville for the show Smallville. I watched that show a lot growing up. That was like one of my main shows that I watched. And so I think it'd be really cool to visit that little cafe. Also, the library where they have all their like meetings in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Definitely would be really cool to visit that library and hang out with Giles for a bit. That'd be fun. I know for a book, as much as I don't like this book, I think it would be really cool to visit. Is his name Henry? I want to say Henry from Addie LaRue, the bookstore he works at. I would love to visit there and see the cat. That book was not great. Like, I didn't like it really, but I did like any scenes I did like in that book were at the bookstore. Another fun one for a book would be to visit, I think it's called the Magpie, and it's like the pub in the book that I'm reading right now, which is All of Us Villains. I mean, I wouldn't want to be one of the champions in this sense, but I would still just like to visit the pub because it sounds like it's like an Irish pub, and you know the Irish pubs, there's gonna be a lot of people singing and dancing, and it's gonna be just overall a fun time. So I think that would be a fun place to visit too. For a movie, I would love to visit the restaurant in Ratatouille. I think his name is Remy that works there. I would just like to taste the food that he creates with his little buddy, the rat, because yeah, everything in that movie looks absolutely delicious, and I think it'd be really fun. Also, I've never really had that like super like French experience for a restaurant that's like a very fancy restaurant. So I think that'd be a fun experience in itself just to go to this restaurant and see how it's done there. And then the last one is to name an automobile or form of travel that you would like to try in a movie, book, or TV show. So for this one, the TV show I'm choosing, which I saw this on the example that I found this from, but it's totally true, is Avatar. And I would love to ride on Appa's back because he looks like the most comfortable like carpet of fur that you just like hang out on while he like flies you around the world. I think that'd be so exciting. And also Appa is like such a sweetheart, and I love him. So yeah. And then for movie, oh actually for book, I would probably choose The Cruel Prince because I would like to try, they have these, I can't remember what they're called. I think it's like a weed that they like pull out of the ground, and it transforms into like a giant frog that like leaps for them, and they like literally ride these like giant frogs as like steeds to different locations. I can't remember what the exact terminology is, but like that's something I think would be fun to try. I think it would also be very scary and I would probably fall off, but it would just be a really cool experience. And then for movie, if I could teleport like Nightcrawler from the X-Men, that would be a cool form of travel. Although his, you have to know where you're going, like you have to see the location to teleport to it. So that would be cool. Also, maybe if I did jumper style where they can like look at a picture and go to that place by looking at something, that would be cool too. I don't know. Either way, teleporting would be a really cool way of like transporting oneself. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyways, that's it for this tag. It was a very quick and short tag, but I thought the questions were a lot of fun. So if anybody wants to try this tag, I will be putting all the questions in the description down below so that you guys can try it out yourself. And I will also see if I can find who was the original poster to link as well. Let me know what you guys thought of my answers for some of these. If we have any fellow Alien fans out there, definitely tell me. And yeah, let me know what your answers would have been for some of them as well. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post some videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, Keep on reading.